Hello and welcome back to this Trails in the Sky 3rd chapter Let's Play with me, jrpg. In the last episode, we defeated 3 of the members of Ouroboros, but in today's episode, we are going to be taking out the doors that we have found here. So, only those who struggle through countless battles are worthy of entering here. Only upon finishing the 400th battle, this door should be opened. And thus we can, so let's go ahead and see what is happening in this particular moon door. I believe it's the last, sorry, not moon, star. I believe it's the last star chamber we have here. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. What have we got here to do? Report on the attack on Erebonia's Bracers Guild. In the year 1202, many branches of the Bracers Guild in Erebonia came under attack in quick succession. The perpetrators were an armed group, but nothing about them was all else about them was unknown. The guild, along with all connected to it, the nation fell into a state of confusion. Before long, the Ouroboros communications network in the capital was rife with calls and messages, and the situation grew increasingly grave. From the Intelligence Division, 1st Subdivision, to the General Staff Office, at dawn yesterday, the capital's guild houses were completely destroyed by powerful explosives. According to the 2nd Subdivision analysis, the explosives were likely set directly below the buildings in the city's underground waterways. Judging by the explosive used and means employed, this is the work of professionals, currently working to confirm the locations of potentially dangerous persons within the country. From the Intelligence Division 3rd Subdivision to the 1st Subdivision, a Jaeger member has been found among those suspected of entering the country illegally. Confirmed the possible logistics in the Jester Jaeger Corps. Keep an eye on any other members of the same corps in the country. 2. The Erebonian Bracer Guild to the Liberian Bracer Guild, Grancel branch. At dawn today, the guild houses in Helmdalar came under attack, and we are unable to contact bracers charged with overseeing them. We request the aid of high-ranking bracers. This is urgent. We repeat, this is urgent. From the Intelligence 1st Subdivision to the General Staff Office, the Bracer Guild here in Erebonia has sent a message to the guild's Grancel branch. Judging by the content of the messages, at least one high-ranking bracer will be entering Erebonia in the coming days. We request they be pursued and put under strict surveillance upon arrival. 2 days after the assault plan, Cassius Bright, S rank, arrived in the Imperial capital. He assumed the post of provisional representative of the Erebonian Guild. After doing so, he assessed the damages to the guild and called for bracers assigned to them, who had been scattered in the chaos, to reconvene outside the city. He also ordered a halt to Ouroboros communications to prevent interception by the enemy. By this point, guilds in the 6 cities had been attacked, and the Bracer Guild in Erebonia was beginning to struggle to function. The branches had not yet been attacked had requested the army's protection. However, they seemed to be in no hurry to grant their support, making it clear that they could not be counted upon. Meanwhile, the provisional representative was able to estimate the rough location of the enemy's supply base from their movements up to that point, and after choosing a small number of bracers who were familiar with the area, he sent them to try and find it. His reasoning for going with this approach was that he had concluded the enemy would have had to have built a supply base inside the country because of how strict Erebonia's border controls are. It did not take long for his lose the battle but win the war strategy to provide results. 1st Subdivision to General Staff Office. The racer sent by Liberl Guild is confirmed to be one Cassius Bright. He is an S-rank bracer whose file in our subdivision has him rated as an L4 threat, the 2nd highest level possible. He is also the man believed to have commanded the counter-offensive against the Imperial Army during the 100 Days War, and may potentially pose a threat to national security, so he is to be carefully watched. From the 1st Subdivision to the Staff Office. Attempt to track CB failed. Current whereabouts are unknown. However, as requested by HQ, we have not raised the alert level and have left it as it stands. Several bracers are currently travelling aboard a train. We believe them to be taking part in some kind of operation. 1st Subdivision to the General Staff Office. 6 bracers assaulted the Jaegers base. The Jaegers inside the base were apprehended. We have identified them to be members of the Jester Jaeger Corps. The discovery of the enemy's base revealed that it was a Jaeger corps known as Jester who was behind the attacks. After this, however, the Jaegers' movements became much more passive, and the 2 sides entered a deadlock. The stalemate continued for roughly 2 months. During this time, a guild representative made contact with the Intelligence Division, and began preparing for an operation that would ultimately allow him to bring the trouble to an end. First subdivision to General Staff Office. CB has made contact with members of our subdivision, currently in the process of confirming. First subdivision to Staff Office. The target CB has proposed a joint operation, intending to meet him again at a specified date and time. Strategic Analysis of the Bracer Guild attack. Intelligence Division, 2nd Subdivision. What eventually broke the deadlock was a brilliant strategy devised by CB. Having successfully made contacts with a member of the Intelligence Division, he made them send a message to HQ in hopes it would be intercepted by the enemy. What happened was exactly that. From the message, they were able to deduce the time and the place the next meeting would happen, and set about plotting his assassination. Exactly what CB hoped would happen. During the meeting, CB had also given said Intelligence Division member an encoded message containing detailed plans for an operation in which the Imperial Army would defeat the Jaegers after they had been lured out by false information. The General Staff Office closed to go ahead with the proposed operation after a joint operation with the Bracer Guild. The Jaegers who had gathered to assassinate CB were surrounded and forced to surrender. Furthermore, the remnants of their force who were in other bases were also defeated after the initial prisoners gave up their locations. Several months later, the trouble began. The Jester was completely dismantled. First Subdivision to Staff Office. Raising the threat level of Cassius Bright, S rank Bracer, effective immunity. Henceforth, he will be regarded as an L5 threat. He poses a severe threat to national security and must be placed under strict surveillance if he ever enters the country again. First Subdivision to General Staff Office. Confirmed that the surveillance target left the country today. His departure was without incident. Handing the control of the mission over to our foreign agencies. Transmission over. From the GSO Special Investigative Department to His Excellency, the Imperial Chancellor. We have confirmed CB's departure. We shall continue to pursue him, but he has not yet shown any suspicious behaviours to date. We have yet to confirm any interactions between him and the minstrel. We will continue to follow their movements. Interesting. Assault on the Imperial Guilds finished. Received a jagged armour 10,000 mirror for our trouble. But I will say, if you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, where we try the next door we found. Peace.